Fear. I'm not talking about physical fear or phobias. I'm talking about the fears that are here, that hold us back from achieving our full potential. The fear of failure, the fear of what others think, the fear of being not good enough, the fear of comparison. I get pretty excited when I think of fear now, because it tells me that there is something behind that fear that I want, because it allows me to grow, to move my edge out, to expand my comfort zone. And it reminds me to love myself and be grateful for everything that I have. Has it always been like that? Hell no. I've experienced all these fears at various points in my life, and they've held me back. I think I've been pretty successful. But if I look at it honestly, it's because I've set the bar low and I've achieved it. It's because I haven't done anything that was incredible or impossible, because it was way too far out of my comfort zone. So I've been successful, but in my comfort zone. And that's true with most people. And what holds us back is fear. Imagine what would happen if we expand that comfort zone. Imagine the success we can achieve. Gay Hendricks, in his book, The Big Leap, talks about the zone of genius. This is the zone where we do what we were born to do. We do what is unique to us and what we love to do. It's also the zone where we are breaking the fear barrier constantly. We're expanding our comfort zone constantly. This is where we achieve amazing success. This is where we want to live our life. I still deal with all the fears. In fact, I dealt with all of them, putting this video out and the other ones. It's a journey. And having traveled so far, I can tell you it's liberating. I want to share my views and insights on fear and how I manage them. Humans are born with only two fears, the fear of falling and the fear of sudden loud noises. All other fears are fears that we've acquired through our journey in life. You see, I believe every emotion is giving us a signal, a message. Every emotion is a friend. It's knocking and saying, there's something here, take a look. Also, have you noticed that we feel fear only about things that we want in life? We don't feel fear about things that we don't want or that don't matter to us. So embrace the fear. Don't avoid the emotion. I know I have done that in the past, and that's what stopped me from achieving my potential. Acknowledge the fear. Acknowledge that you're scared of doing or saying what you want. Feel it, feel the sensations. You can't deal with fear at intellectual level only. You have to feel it. Once you've acknowledged it, once you've felt it, then rise above it or go through it and do the thing that you fear doing. That's right, just go and do the thing that you fear doing. Easier said than done, right? Just go and do it. I'll get to it in a minute. But I'd like to point out an important distinction here. Don't do things out of fear. Do the things that you want to do, that you love to do. And do them by going through the fear. Versus doing things out of fear because you're scared of what would happen if you didn't do it. See, that way you build and live a life of love versus building a life on fear. So now getting back to about just doing it. What's helped me to rise above the fear and be able to just go ahead and do the things that I fear are four things. The first thing is understanding that there is no thing called fear. It's an emotion that you feel because of a thought that you have. And when that thought changes, so will the emotion. But we have no control over our thoughts. It's a train of thoughts and we have no control over it. But the experience is felt when we hang on to that train and we put energy into it. If we let the train just pass, a new train will come and the emotion will change. So if I have a train of thoughts that are happy and I hang on to the train and go on for the ride, I'm going to have a happy experience. And same way, if I have a train of thoughts that are fearful, if I hang on to them, I'm going to feel fear. So the key is to be in the present moment and not get on to the train of the past or the future. What helps me personally to stay in the present moment is meditation. But anything that gets you to the present moment would work. For some, it's listening to music. For some, it's singing, dancing, or even physical exercise. The second way that I use to manage my fear is when I think about doing the thing or saying the thing that I want to do, I look at the impact that it's going to have on people. How does it add value to them? How does it make their life better? And I've talked about this in my other videos. When you look at it from a point of service, when you take the I out of the equation and you focus on the people you're serving, the fear evaporates. The third is love. Fear and love are two sides of the same coin. They cannot exist together. So when you fill yourself up with love and gratitude, there is no place for fear. Now, there are three ways you can feel loved. When someone loves you, your family, your friends, your dear ones. But that's not in your control. The two other ways is one is you love yourself. Love yourself unconditionally. Whether you have something or you don't have, whether you are someone or you're not, whether you're accepted or you're not, whether you're doing something or nothing, whether you're succeeding or failing. If you can love yourself unconditionally, you cannot feel fear. And the third one is when you love someone. You see, when you love someone, you also experience love, the same way as when someone loves you. But the first one, which is when you love someone, that's in your control. And the fourth one is a more physical aspect. When you feel a particular emotion, your physiology and your breathing changes. When you feel fear, you shrink and you get tensed and your breathing becomes shallow. Now when you change your physiology and your breathing, so when you expand and you breathe in, the emotion also changes. So I use all these four ways to rise above my fear. And then once I've risen above it, I just go and do what I need to do. See, when you do that, that gives birth to courage. And once courage is born, it only grows. The fears are not going to go away. They're going to show up in your life again and again and again. So we need to embrace the fear, acknowledge it, feel it, and face it. Make that commitment now to face your fears, because that's getting you closer to what you want, and it's going to enable you to live in your zone of genius. Check out the part 2 of my video where I talk about each of the different fears and my views on it. The fear of failure, the fear of what others think, the fear of being not good enough, and the fear of comparison.